What's up guys, welcome to Brobeatztv, and today I'm gonna show you how to never make a trash beat again. So you'll probably want to watch this whole video because I'm gonna sprinkle in a lot of stuff in between each sections for like the melody, the 808 stuff like that. So we're gonna start with the melody first, all right? And let's just grab in a scale. We're at 160 BPM. We're gonna do a minor, of course. Let's do a G minor, and you can follow along if you want to. Oops. Let's do a G minor. Boom. Close that. This is the sound I'm using. Any sounds or anything I'm using, you can find a description in the comment section down below. Using this little bell here, and I'll leave it turned up just slightly. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give you everything. So what you want to do is you basically want to make, and you don't have to do this if you are experienced, but this 100% works. 2-bar loop melodies, okay? Because it's fast enough where it's repetitive and the melody will get stuck in your head. Now I'm gonna show you how to not mess it up because it can get annoying if you do too much. So I'm gonna just give you a simple thing, and that is we're just gonna make a simple bass line first. That is the first thing you need. If you mess this up, your beat will be messed up forever. So we can start on our root. Multiple ways. You can make a dyad up, dyad backwards, pull stuff up, move them around. But for now, we could just make our triad. And all we're gonna do is just pull one of these notes down. So you could pull this note down, you can pull whichever one you want, but I'm gonna do this one because this is a nice range for a bass line, and pull it over. And of course you could do more, like if you want to keep moving, do a +1, you could, keep moving, but we're gonna keep it a 2-bar loop, right? So from here, and this is gonna be extremely easy. You don't even need music theory for this. What we're gonna do is just remake this, and we're just gonna take our 5th. So you can delete this middle one or hide it. But all we're gonna do is take this 5th and we're gonna copy it and pull it up an octave. That's it, right? And then we just move some of these notes over. So if you wanna do something like this. And then from here, if you reset back to your original chord, you can use all these notes in between. And a lot of you have watched the channel before, you already know this. And you can just pull this from, let's just take this. I don't know why it's not copying. Let's pull it up 2 octaves. I'm gonna pull this down 1 octave, okay? Just pulling it down. And then we could just use this and offset these. You can see it's forming and it's sounding pretty nice. All right, I kind of like this in there, but I'm gonna just remove it so it's cleaner. And then from here, if you really wanna cheat, just copy this, pull it over, pull it down an octave, and that's it. And we'll just drag some notes over. Simple. And I know for people that are experienced, it's probably annoying because this stuff is basic, but this will give you a 100% success rate in making a decent beat if FL would work. All right, so here's our melody. Repeat it. So this is our bass. So now that our bass is done, we're gonna go ahead and add on to this. All right, so now we're on to our second sound. So what we're gonna do first is just pull this over, just like so. And then we're gonna go here, and this is the next sound we're using here. So we're using this little pad. You can use any sound that you want, but I think if you have a sound that's like a bell or key, you don't want it to clash with any other sound unless you're going for that like type of vibe. But I think what you would probably want to do is add like a pad or like a drone or a soundscape or something like that. We could just copy it down here. And what we're doing is adding depth so we don't have to do much work later. Okay, so to play it now. And I believe this preset is hollow pad. I don't know, there it is. But yeah. You can see it has depth, and now it has a mood to the melody, right? So look at this. This is the easiest melody you probably ever make, right? This is super easy. This is the same as this. So we really didn't even do much, right? So let's go ahead and add our piano. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start our piano. So if you're at this point where you have a bass, so if you're at this point in your experience, you kind of know what to do already. You can just use your ear because you have the experience. But if you're not, I'm giving you an easy way where you can make something nice. So the first thing that you could do is just pick a realistic instrument. This is the biggest cheat code in sound selection. So a piano and guitar never really sound bad on any track, any genre, right? There's like the most common instruments to use. So I would say use a real instrument. Now, second to that, there's a type of melody that you can use that will work 100% on any genre, anything. And it's a made up term, but I like to call it a jab melody because it's literally like that. You just come in quick, leave, right? So it would be something like, let's try to find like let me see. Let's just do something simple. So it'll be something like this. And then of course the 2-bar melody still applies, and you would maybe do something like, I don't know. And you can never mess this up. As long as you try, you can never really mess this up. So what I would do here is probably, let's go to here. And let's pull this up actually. Right, because it's like less is more to the maximum. And then we're just gonna copy this over, and to give the illusion that we made a full melody, even though it's the same notes, we're just gonna move a few of these notes over. So we're gonna take, and then we're gonna come back here, delete that one. And I think that's pretty much enough. That's all you really need to do. Let's play it. Right, and you could do more if you want to, but I think this is good enough. So there's one last thing we need to do, which is add some effects. You always want to process, so I'm gonna give you an effect that you can use that's very simple that gets the job done. Now we're gonna go over the effects. Now I didn't do too much as far as like leveling. You can see just obvious stuff, right, and the panning. But for our main sound, I have a setup for you right here. So basically these are the only things you really need. All right, so this is our sound bare bones. And this is with the effects that we added. So I'm gonna go through why this sounds good. So first, remember in the beginning, we did a 2-bar melody, and we made sure every note was in harmony with our bass line or the key of our scale or whatever, right? And this is so that when it reverses or you do halftime, nothing clashes or there isn't too much tension. Okay, so the reason we did the 2-bar melody is so that when it has that loop effect. So you see how the melody, you see how it has that repetitiveness, but it's not annoying. That is why it's doing that. Now, when you start to get to like 4-bar loops and you have a bunch of like melodies in there, that's when you start to get stuff that's off beat. So that is why we do a 2-bar melody there. So after that, I like to do a reverb before, and that's what's giving it that like weird gloomy effect. So I like to put a reverb before, and then after you can choose whichever effect you want, but I chose a reverb, not a reverb, a reverse effect here because I just like this one over the halftime. You could try both, or you could try other effects, but I think for this melody right here, this is a little bit better. So yeah, this is it. And as far as the EQ, now I'm gonna go over why I EQ'd it this way. So I took out the lows because I don't want our main melody clashing with the 808. So the 808 is cleaner and it has more punch, right? And then I took out a lot of the highs because we have a piano here that occupies the highs. You can see I boosted it here. And then this sound it's not necessarily the highs, but I just want to clean up a bit. So that's why this EQ is so squished down to this section here, okay? So I'll play it one more time with everything. All right, and of course we could add other things, but I want to keep it simple. So those are the effects. Let's move on to the drums. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our drums. So we're gonna do these all at the same time. So I'm gonna just give you kind of what works here. So I like to mute a lot of my sounds and just play one so it doesn't ruin the end for me. So that's why some of these are muted. But what we're gonna do is just take our bass line from here. So we have G to D. It doesn't need to be this. You can always go outside the box on this, but if you want a for sure way to make a nice 808 pattern for this melody, this is how you do it. So G to D. You just gotta remember G to D. And then I'm gonna give you the 808 rhythm for just pretty much the whole timeline. So this is what it will look like. And I'll just put these together. So this is every 808 pattern will kind of follow or bounce. Something like that. And of course, pull that up. So we're just gonna adjust so it's in harmony and just copy it over. And now you can take stuff out and add stuff however you like. And I'm gonna add our rim here so we have something to go off of. Put that on bar. This on bar. take out this, that. Very simple. So that is our pattern. So now all your other perks, hi-hats should work with this. So I want to build my sounds around where these play. So for example, let's do it the most simple way possible. So basically you just build your hi-hat into this. You can see it's adding to the bounce, right? And it's the simplest way you can do it. So you can also do this on a micro level. So you can do this with your other sounds. So you can build your hi-hat into a snare or something like that. Or if you want like a open hat here, you can build your hats into that sound, right? You can see it has so much bounce even though it's not even that many sounds playing. And we could do something like this, right? I'll put these on bar. Actually, what if we can do something like this? Kind of like the double. Kind of like that. I don't know, I might just leave it there, but yeah, that is the beat. We're gonna play everything all together now. I'm gonna play it a few times, and what I'm gonna do real quick, because I kind of like this pattern but I don't want it to be annoying, because that can get very annoying. I'm gonna copy it over like so, and then I'm gonna just delete this so that it's not annoying. Okay, so we're gonna play the whole beat now all together. Go. And I probably need to put this on like 64. Boom. All right, let's play it. And then also, before we end the video, this is just something I put on every video. It's just a quick master. To get your drums to be crispy, you just want to pull the highs up like so, and then you can just use any EQ to like pull the highs up, so you can see the EQ right here. And that's pretty much it. Soft clipper for like limiting and that saturation, and then now you have a crispy beat. But that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.